That's what happens sometimes, but I'm glad we aired that out.
I love Jeffy and Carol, too.
I love everybody.
That's what hurts the most.
No, it doesn't hurt. You have a hurt feeling from today's show?
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
I know. It's just uncomfortable when people fight.
You're what?
I get uncomfortable when people argue.
We're not arguing. All right. Are you moving to Texas? Everyone keeps asking me.
Who keeps asking you that?
Don't worry about it. Are you? Are you? Why are you all of a sudden...
I don't know, Peter.
All of a sudden you're not...
What if I was? What if I wasn't?
All right.
I don't know.
Goodbye.
I feel like you shouldn't drive home.
All right.
Goodbye.
You shouldn't drive home today, dude. You know Red?
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow morning. We got Bill Cini's trivia tomorrow. Carol will be here. Let's have some fun. So, all right, keep it right here. You got Matt Connarton Unleashed coming up at 4 p.m. Have a great day, everybody.
And suddenly things turned ugly.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria.
For delivery, call 603-782-8450.
Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town.
1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Best cocktails around.
Come in as friends and leave as family.
You are listening to WMNHLP, Manchester's radio, broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation from the top of 1000 Elm Street. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA.
So hard to say where we are today. It's like everything we want is so far away. All our dreams are like distant stars at play, squeezing through our fingers like a ball of clay. Calls that say we need another dollar stack. We hate to holler at you, but you gotta call us back. You're pulling at your collar like a cardiac. You're full of pressure like a heart attack. Then like a thunder crack, you can see through it all. Past the blunders, everything that made you fall. World torn asunder like urban sprawl. As you wander through the dust like aerosol. As you try to put the world together again. As you weigh your soul up against the feather again. But together us about the weather and then we can talk about the rest of forever and then whatever then. Talk about how we treat each other, defeat each other, how we beat each other, we need each other. Gotta plant the seed of brotherhood, lead for the common good. So when you're sitting pissed in a traffic jam, you can see it all around you like a hologram. Let the lady in a way of welcome, and you see nobody needs another Birmingham. Cause I tell you the truth so medicinally, don't wanna sell you the root, you should listen to me. The cradle fell with the roof, eyes glisten and we lost our youth and still been missing the key. Sign of the times, the sign of the times, pay no attention to the rhythm and rhyme. Put your hand out, I'ma help you climb, cause I don't wanna be another sign of the times. Sign of the times, the sign of the times, pay no attention to the rhythm and rhyme. Put your hand out, I'ma help you climb, cause I don't wanna be another sign of the times. When we hit the ground, take a head count, take a look around. We all amount to something I've found, so help somebody up and make the world go round. The sound of one hand just don't clap. We can't rebuild towns with offhanded rap. We can't pretend this is just a mishap. We can't defend our opinions with straps. We gotta act with solidarity, stay focused on freedom and charity. We gotta share, it's the key to prosperity. Don't let fear turn into barbarity. Or would you care to be in someone else's shoes? Truth or dare, like hella heaven to choose. Everywhere there's people who just roll with the blues. Say a prayer cause there's more than just a soul to lose. I know you're feeling alone, engaged as a chorus in this microphone. Enraged, gotta stop touching your cranium bone. Birdcage, stop obsessing cause you're not on your own. You never know when the need will appear. Trouble moves as I do, better heed what you hear. Double true when you plant your seed, it's too near because your duty is to let the world interfere. But you gotta steer clear of any other negative that got you here. You gotta see, a lot of what we see is fear, but you gotta rise above it like the atmosphere. Sign of the times, the sign of the times, pay no attention to the rhythm and rhyme. Put your hand out, I'ma help you climb, cause I don't wanna be another sign of the times. Sign of the times, the sign of the times, pay no attention just to rhythm and rhyme. Put your hand out, I'ma help you climb, cause I don't wanna be another sign of the times.
It's a great song, but I don't know it.
This is just the dark before the dawn, so gather in the park with your parkers on, and make another spark before the stars are gone, to keep away the sharks of Babylon, cause they traveled on the waves of tragedy. They gathered at the grave so glad to see another dead slave to the powers that be, and they fed on the dread like energy. But don't let them be, don't give them nothing to take, cause there will never be a time when you got nothing at stake. Are you gonna bend? Are you gonna break? Are you gonna defend all the plays you make? Are you gonna run away from an SOS? Are you gonna shun another who's in distress? Who's the one who your mother taught to be blessed? Who's the one who your mother taught to help the rest? Sign of the times is just a media spin, headlines dramatize the scene that we're in. Closer down the beach and they imagine a fear. Don't trust what they teach on your television. Sign of the times is just a line in the sand, designed to hide how close we all stand. But twice a day the tide washes over the land, washes over the land, washes over the land. Sign of the times is the sign of the times, pay no attention to the rhythm and rhyme. Put your hand out, I'ma help you climb, cause I don't wanna be another sign of the times. Sign of the times is the sign of the times, pay no attention to the rhythm and rhyme. Put your hand out, I'ma help you climb, cause I don't wanna be another sign of the times.
Wanna get down and dirty with me?
Everybody, welcome. Here we go. It's that time again. Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. It's very warm out, actually. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, merchandise, etc., etc. And I am not alone.
Hello, darling.
Jenny is here at the news desk.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
And you have a, what are you wearing there? A tiara, a crown? Is a tiara and a crown the same thing? What you got going on over there for those who are watching online?
It's my crown.
Yes.
Yes, it is my crown. I have this from halflucidjewelry.com. I was dreaming about this, and then it was on my head.
Yes. Lucid dreaming is something else, or half lucid dreaming. Yes.
But half lucid jewelry is beautiful.
Yes.
Like what is on my head.
Yes.
Because yesterday I was modeling.
Yes.
Yes. Add something else to my resume.
Our friend Kendra L. Saunders.
Yes, the great author, the great writer, the amazing creative that she is. Actually asked, and I was honored to be one of the people that got to do it. It was a lot of fun, and I met some great new people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I want to do that again.
Yes. So if someone wants to get one of those, they can go to her website.
You have to go to halflucidjewelry.com in order to get one of these beautiful tiaras, crowns, or hair. She makes hair combs. She makes earrings, necklaces. They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
All beautiful. So you should definitely check her out. And everything is handcrafted and unique. So you can't have what's on my head.
Right.
Because this one's mine. You'll have to watch for something that you like on halflucidjewelry.com and order that yourselves.
She also has, of course, KendraLSaunders.com.
Yes.
Which is another site you can go to if you want to learn about her. She's written and she's several books. She's published author.
Dating an Alien Pop Star.
Yeah.
That's the name of the book.
Well,
one of them. One of them.
One of them, yeah.
One of them, yes.
Yeah, she has several.
Yes, no. I only have one.
Yes.
She has many.
Yes.
She has many. She's an amazing writer and just in such a kind, awesome, creative soul. She is so much fun to be around. She just eludes joy. You walk away feeling happy. And let me tell you, we all looked like bad butts. Can I say bad other word?
You can, yes.
I can.
I think
We all
so.
look like badasses walking down the street in Concord.
Yes.
Yes. Which reminds me, I have to tell you that I thought that the photos were being used for her website, but it's something else, and I'll have to fill you in on that.
Oh. Why? You can't say it on the air?
Well, no, she did say it last night on her live. I'll have to double check on that.
Oh.
I'll have to double check on if I get to, because she did have it on her Instagram live, so I would assume that means I could.
Yeah, I would think so.
But I'm not certain now. I'll have to leave you guessing. I'll think about it. I'll find out. We'll
All
see.
right.
Maybe I'll tell you, maybe I won't. But it wasn't what I thought.
Oh, okay.
It was bigger.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, now I'm very curious.
Yes.
Wow. We should mention, too, what you're doing Friday.
Yes, actually. As you know, I write for The Mighty, and one of my most recent articles was about low-dose naltrexone, LDN, which is the treatment that I am on that has really made a significant difference for me, and it turned everything around.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote an article about it, what it does, how it works, and some of the other changes I've made that have facilitated being able to be a bit healthier and not having to have as many infusions as I've had to have. So there's an organization called LDN Research Trust, ldnresearchtrust.org. They're based out of London, UK, and they help patients who are trying to get access to LDN care or a provider or what have you. They also they're an information source, a lot of great information out there, but they have a podcast that's daily. And they asked me if I'd be willing to come on and guest with them. So I will be doing that this Friday afternoon. I think it's 9 p.m. their time, noon our time. And of course, I'll post links and things as I get them. But I'm going to go on live, talk about, the treatment and so forth, and the article that I wrote about it, and hopefully help other patients get the information they need to make an informed choice on whether this treatment may be something to benefit them.
Yeah.
Is people with the diseases that this benefits are often diseases that we don't have a heck of a lot of drugs out there. And in fact, the diseases that I have, as you guys know, small fiber neuropathy or CRPS, are rare diseases, which makes it even harder to get treatment. So this is a really big game changer for people who have neuropathic diseases like this and other ailments as well.
Well, very good. And we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
This is Mike Sudderth, the artist formerly known as Grant Lampton.
Now, you said that last time, Mike. You the formerly known. So does that mean you've ditched the Grant Lampton persona, and you are now?
I have not ditched it at all, sir.
Oh.
I'm waiting for a bass player, a drummer, and maybe a keyboardist or some backup singers. Until then, when I play solo, like I will be at the Strange Brew Tavern on Market Street in Manchester this Thursday.
Oh.
I go as Mike Sudderth, but until I get the remaining members of Deep Purple or Kiss or something like that, I will be going as Mike Sudderth. As you know the industry somewhat, and as I plan forward, it's almost 6 months out, and to find a good bass player and a drummer and all that is, you're parting with money. So in the meantime, I'm just cutting around Manchester as Mike, and I'll be at the Strange Brew on Thursday. I was at Shaskeen last week, and I'll be up and down Elm Street at your pleasure.
Oh, very good, very good. So when you have a band assembled, you will transform into Grant Lampton, is what you're saying?
It will be the Grant Lampton band. Yes.
Ah,
yes,
nice.
Absolutely. But
I like that idea.
Like I say, it's really hard to get 50-year-olds or plus or minus a little bit. 5 guys to agree on 10 songs to play, and this is what I ran into. And I tried as a solo artist, and I had enough bar owners say, "Dude, your name's Mike. You approach me as Mike. Your credit card says Mike. Be Mike." So I'm Mike right now. And once I line up John Paul Jones and I don't know, Geezer Butler, he's in the mix. And, Paul Stanley. I'm in.
There you go.
I'm looking at a lot of people right now, but probably never happened.
Well, you never know. I mean, Paul Stanley. Once Kiss ends once the tour finally wraps up, he'll be available, I'm sure. And boy, that'd be cool to play with Geezer Butler. That'd be amazing.
I would guess. I tell you what, it set my expectations at a normal level. And to your betrothed, Miss Jenny over there, your son is the hottest thing since sliced bread. As far as a guitar player, he played some Ween stuff for me, and I don't want to say I was embarrassed. I was very humbled. He's a very good guitar player.
Thank you so much. He's self-taught guitar, self-taught singer. Yeah, he's amazing. I love him. I'm very proud.
He just pulled a rabbit out of his nether regions and played a song called "The Argus" by Ween, and I'm like, "How did you do this?" He's like, "I looked it up on YouTube and I learned it." And
yep,
this is the difference between a Gen Xer and a Gen Y or whatever the hell I am. But he's a fantastic guy, and I'll miss him. Over at the Hop Knot, which is a good sponsor of yours, I still hope. And Jesse used to rock the world over there, and I understand he's moved on to Concord. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. He's moved on to some pretty big stuff. Very proud of him. I'm super proud of him.
I'm proud of him, too. And like I said, I was always in kind of awe of his quick acoustic stuff. He's got a great voice, and, it never hurts being handsome, does it?
No, and he is quite handsome. I will say that, yes. And he has a gorgeous singing voice.
To be handsome, yeah.
Yes. And he's taken.
Well, I love listening to you guys. I appreciate letting me plug my show this Thursday over at Strange Brew at 8 o'clock, and I'll be listening to you guys and hope to see you soon.
All right, Mike, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it.
All the best, man.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Very nice. So Mike Sudderth, Thursday night at the Strange Brew, and sounds like he's booking a lot of dates going forward. So that is excellent.
I think I goofed when I said in my interviews at noon our time, which is 5 p.m. their time. I think I had said something like 9.
Yes.
Oops.
So you're referring to, for those just joining us, you're referring to, well, no, we can circle back to that.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, we want to make sure people know. So it will be noon Eastern time.
Yes, our time.
You will be on, where do they go? Is it LDN.com?
It's LDNResearchTrust.org.
Oh.
They're actually, they broadcast on everywhere, like, Mixcloud, Spotify. They're on Google Podcasts, on YouTube, they're on Vimeo, all of the usual suspects.
Yeah.
You can find them. But yeah, they're doing great work, and they are doing work with patients here in America as well. They're not limited to the UK. They've actually helped patients in many countries, which is really cool.
Well,
really
very
cool.
good. Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. If you'd like to join us today, 603-250-6007 is the number, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton, or anywhere on at Matt Connarton on social media broadly. I barely even use Twitter. I don't know why. And but it's still there.
Showing your age.
It has not gone away yet. I keep waiting for Twitter to go away, but it's hanging in there somehow.
Mayhaps you made a false prediction.
Elon will eventually run out of
media.
his billions, but you can also email me, Matt at mattconnerton.com. And of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. And we'll say hello to everybody in there in a moment. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. We'll go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat room. Jenny, I see you're in there.
I'm everywhere.
Shalom, peeps. Also, Melanie La Liberty from the great state of Vermont says, hey, guys, I hope Jenny is wearing a tiara. Is there a difference between a tiara and a crown, or is it the same thing?
I'd say this. Well, I guess it's your perspective. I'm going to call it, I guess to me, it's a crown. Yes.
Okay.
We are wearing crowns.
I mean, she markets them as crowns, right? Not tiaras?
Both.
Okay. I'm just wondering if
Depending
the two
on the
terms
style.
are...
Some of them are really big.
Yeah. Oh,
and
okay.
they're all like different kinds of stonework. Just incredible wire wrapping. If you're not, I know there's only a limited people who can see us, but I'm wearing a wire wrapped crown that is handmade with incredible stones like amethysts and it's beautiful. It makes me feel wonderful. And I think you walk a little straighter with it. Stand up a little taller.
Let's
Look
see.
out, here she comes. Look out, here she comes. She's a man eater. No.
My Facebook
you broke it.
Just kind of froze up here.
You broke it at it.
Facebook's being a little glitchy for me today.
Mine's been wonky like crazy. Sometimes I go to see what somebody I get a notice somebody put something on my profile, and I go and just look at it, and I get no posts. I can't see anything. And the next day they're there, and then a little while later they're gone again.
There's
just no posts.
I'm going to refresh my browser. I can see some of the posts
I did that
on the other browser.
I even cleared all of my cache and all of that stuff, and it still didn't fix the problem. So you free thing, you Facebook, you free, you fix for me now. Yes, you're interfering with my First Amendment rights.
Rick Smith said in the chat, did anyone else think the morning show had a more serious vibe to it today than usual? Oh, listen, you guys. And I texted Peter and I said, epic.
I knew somebody was going to bring that up.
And I knew something. I kind of had the heads up that something was coming.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't tell you this. It slipped my mind, but I talked to Peter last night. But I may have had a heads up on the breathalyzer. But it's funny.
Wow.
He mentioned the breathalyzer to me, and I was like, wait, so this is going to be like with the lie detector machine, you've got a sound effect or something? He says, like, no, we have a breathalyzer. Anyway, if you missed it, if you like this kind of, I don't know, if you like this kind of drama, the morning show this morning, epic. You have to go back and listen to it. And of course, all the shows that happen here at WMNH 95.3 are archived at WMNHradio.org. You must go back and listen to this morning's morning show. It got intense.
I got to go back and listen to it again.
It was awesome. Yeah, we heard part of it, but not the whole thing.
There's a piece in there I didn't hear. I have to go back and listen.
Oh, yeah.
But there was some tension going on, man.
You
could hear it in the air.
Great stuff. And our friend Eazy-G is on the line. Hello.
Hello there, Eazy-G.
Yeah, I gave you a message about that. It was quite an argument. I'm not going to get into it, but I heard the whole thing.
They got down and dirty.
Yes, it did. But I know you like a good argument on the radio, but I was not a big fan of it.
You were?
I did
Why?
Facebook Messenger Kale Roboto after, and I said I'm on your side.
Oh, see,
Wait a minute.
I felt I needed to do that. So
well, back up.
I don't care who it was
Easy.
on the phone call. I'm not going to get into it, but it was.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I felt I needed to Facebook Messenger Carol and tell her I'm on your side. So we'll leave it at that. Want to get down and dirty with me?
What happened with Carol?
Yeah, what happened with Carol? We didn't even hear it.
I didn't want to get into it, but you listen to the replay. So.
No, you're going to call in and say this, but you're not going to give me the meat?
Oh, it was Carol Robidoux and Jeff Nye, and they had a little disagreement on the radio.
About what? About what?
About her Manchester Inklings.
Oh.
Well, that's even
What about it?
I don't want to speak for anybody because
No.
you never know who's listening. But all I know is an argument between Carol Robidoux and Jeff Nye. It got a little heated. I know you like that, Matt, but
I do.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I like it. I love it. Actually,
what were they heated about? What about the Inkling? What was it
It was
about?
about her job and blah blah blah. I'm not going to speak for somebody else, but
what do you mean about her
I just
job?
recommend if you want to hear it, just listen to the replay.
why don't you want to speak for somebody else? What could possibly go wrong?
Because I got myself in hot water about that.
Oh, that's
anyway,
right.
I want to change the subject. I listened to that podcast today for Pat McKeith there, and I did have a nice guy on there. They call him Tuesday, Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay. So that was good, but I didn't like the every other word F out of his mouth. I know on YouTube you can do whatever you want, by the way.
Yeah.
But I won't be listening again. It was just too many F words.
Actually, on YouTube, so my understanding is now, and it's changed over time. My understanding is now on YouTube, you can't have any F word within the first minute or 2 minutes, but after that, it's fine. But if you have it right,
What do you mean when the podcast starts? You can't say the F word. You mean?
Oh, I get it.
If
it's like
there's
a buffer for kiddos.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like if there's F word too early, they will actually demonetize you, but after a couple of minutes, it's okay. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I didn't pick it up until like an hour and a half into the show.
What about stuff
It's
that's
on
already
noon to
up?
3 every day on YouTube, and obviously his podcast on Apple, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers myself, but I'm very pro-vaccine.
Yeah, but it was just interesting to hear from somebody better than Eric from Manchester.
Huh?
What?
It was. He's going to have a podcast. He must have somebody famous on him. If me would call him the radio station, a friend of mine said that years ago. He goes, Eric, he said, I like listening to a station where they talk about people that are just not somebody from Manchester.
I'm
not.
I mean, they talk to a sports guy, or they talk to somebody, vice president or something. I don't know.
So you didn't want to talk to you?
It's a podcast, but I listened to it for like an hour and a half. But it was more interesting than talking about Aaron Rodgers and his life than talking about Pat McKeith's life. So I wasn't impressed, so I won't be listening again.
Do you mean Pat McAfee?
Yeah, I wasn't impressed by his swearing.
Oh, he was swearing?
Oh, yeah, F-bombs all over the place, yep.
Yeah, you have very delicate ears.
Right, but I was a big fan of last night. I stayed up till halftime watching Brady. I think it was Brady playing on that field. I know you like the big sports talk, but he was awful. I went to bed. It was 3 touchdowns at the. It was funny because touchdowns were 7, but the guy missed 4 extra points. That's neither here or there. But anyways, Tom Brady was singing out the place. But I like listening to Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, where they have a commentator on all the game, obviously, and they always bring in like 3 or 4 guests. And then one of the guests was Deion Sanders. I don't know if you ever heard of that guy.
I remember Deion. Let me tell you what I remember about Deion Sanders. Now, as you know, I am not a sports fan per se. However, way back in the day, when I first started working at Strawberries, which eventually got bought and became FYE and everything, when I first started at Strawberries, and I worked, I did my training actually at the one that used to be on South Willow here in Manchester, Deion Sanders had just released his debut album, and we would play it in the store. And oh my God, was it terrible! Anyway, that's my memory of Deion Sanders. Yes, go ahead.
Really, I wasn't aware they had a music. I know he used to play sports.
He released an album.
And now he's a coach. He's a coach for a college team. And the thing I like about him, he has a strong opinion about everything. So he was really good with Peyton Manning, Eli, and
he had a single called "Must Be the Money," and it's not good.
God.
It's not good.
Yeah, it sounds like it was music like. Hulk Hogan's daughter there came out with a CD. I bought one back in 2004, and it was really bad.
Well, she's not that. She could actually sing, though. Oh,
John Hopwood. She wasn't that good, though. She was no Amanda McCarthy.
Well, who is Amanda McCarthy? I mean, no one's Amanda McCarthy except Amanda McCarthy.
But after listening to Pat McKeith, he was pretty good on ESPN because you can't say the F-bomb, and he was really excited and had a lot of enthusiasm, but this podcast was not my favorite, but I listened to Eli Manning and Pat and his brother there, Peyton Manning. for half the program because I couldn't stay awake the other half. But they're really good. Like I said, they know their football. Obviously, they played a long time in the NFL, and then they bring in guests all the time, which is good. You know, they bring in guests, you know, who love football, obviously, or played football, or they coach football. And because sometimes, you know, people can't make it on the radio or TV, like Big Pape from the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting on Fox, and my friends, and I listen to him too. He's just awful. No good. I mean, a great baseball player, Hall of Famer, but sometimes you just can't cut it on the TV or the radio.
Actually, this song's not that bad. Must be the money.
I'll have to pick that up on YouTube.
Must be the money.
Deion Sanders, YouTube. I don't know, pick up his lousy music. I wasn't even aware they play music.
It's not that bad.
I guess he'll never go to the Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
John Hopwood is here. What do you think, John? You like the Deion Sanders? Must be the money.
That's Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
Is he in the Football Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Must be.
Song's actually better.
Yeah, I believe he's in the NFL Hall of Fame. Yeah, he was a pretty good player back in the day.
He was good for a while with the baseball player, too.
That's right, he played baseball too. I forgot
but he got
about that.
injured that time.
Very, very talented player. Oh yeah, and one last thing I wanted to say. It's not normal, Matt. I know you like the hot weather, but it's not normal to be 50 degrees in January.
You like the hot water or the hot weather?
You're killing me here.
Sorry, I was getting into the Deion Sanders. I actually like this now. When it first came out, I thought it was awful.
The warm weather, but it's not normal to be 50
water?
degrees in January. It's not normal.
I will tell you, well, you know, I'm of two minds on it. On the one hand, I love the milder winters, and the winters here are definitely milder, much milder than when I was a kid. On the other hand, I am very concerned about what it portends for the future.
I know those animals overseas there. They live outside. All their ice is melting.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they live outside. They're animals.
But think of the money we're saving on energy costs.
Must be the money.
Yeah. Well, I always say if it's going to be a warm winter, that means it's going to be another damn hot winter. I mean, summer. You know, we had problems with droughts last year. We don't get a lot of rain or snow. We're going to pay for it later.
That's right.
It's like a
Look
weather
how
karma.
empty the Merrimack River was a couple years ago. We had that major drought problem.
Oh, this is the part where he talks about his shoes. You know what he's saying, Eazy-G?
No. So what, he put out one album and that was it?
Yeah, that was it. I think.
Oh boy.
I think that was it.
I'll just check that out on YouTube. So I'm gonna let you go so I can check that out.
Yeah, you'll love it. All right, very good. All right, Eazy-G leaves us, and
But he left us with a new scandal.
What's that?
That there was verbal fisticuffs between Carol and
Jeff Nyan.
Jeff Nyan.
Yes.
In addition to the interesting afternoon ending. Yo, Hoppy, are you unaware?
Yes, I'm unaware.
Oy, they had some verbal...
I don't know who you're talking about.
They had some very verbal fisticuffs on air this morning during the morning show.
Carol Robidoux?
Well, apparently, this is what Easy just told us. Something happened between Carol and Jeff Nyan about the Inkling. So we got to find out that one. We don't get the meat on that one.
Let's before we go any further, now that John is here, let's bring him in right so we can cleanse our palates of the Deion Sanders.
I just rubbed up against the
don't rub things.
The giant cardboard
head.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm probably hexed now.
I need to play your theme music now. It'll be a good palate cleanser.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. John Hopwood is here with us.
Otherwise known as Tasmanian Devil.
Oh, why is that?
Why not?
What are you doing here on a Tuesday? I didn't know you even existed on Tuesday.
I was wondering why Jenny was here on a Wednesday.
It's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Well, I just found that out when I was going to my show, and there was somebody,
no,
the
you
guy
did
that
not.
does the living word. You know, he was there with his Bible.
Are you serious?
You really
I don't know.
did?
I don't know why Eric Pilcher. We were supposed to do a movie review today. Of
I
Bring
did
Me
see
the Head
that.
of Alfredo Garcia.
I saw your post earlier, but I assumed it was for tomorrow. I did
Well,
not.
I assumed tomorrow. Today was tomorrow.
It's
This has
okay,
happened
John.
before.
It'll be okay. It's okay.
It's a Valium moment.
We got you. We got you.
Our
All
friend
good.
Shannon is on the line. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, I have not taken a Valium.
Unfortunately,
You sound lucid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What's up?
I just wanted to say hi to Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
How are you?
I am Ducky.
Good. I wish I could see your. Is it a
Oh,
tiara?
it's definitely a crown. It's a nice, beautiful.
Crown. Yes, crown queen. Yeah.
I
okay.
am a queen. Yes.
Yes, baby.
Absolutely.
All right.
I have officially been crowned by halflucidjewelry.com, which makes it official. That's right.
I like the half lucid dreams. Can I try for that?
Go check it out online. Half lucid
No, you didn't hear
jewelry.
it. I said I like the half lucid dreams.
Oh, you said dreams.
Yes.
I mean, are you supposed to be able to feel the breeze in your dreams and like taste stuff and whatnot?
Sure, why not?
Why
Well, I
not?
don't know. I do.
It's all
sometimes, and
memory.
It's just weird.
It's all coming out of the hippocampus,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the brain pan.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Who knows what happens there?
I don't know what.
God.
What was Easy even talking? This is the day. This is
What
the
was
G-
Easy talking about?
That's
Good
Tuesday, I just
question.
found out.
Something sports, blah, blah, sport, blah, blah, sport.
Yeah.
And an argument between Carol and Jeff Nyan over the
Oh,
ink
you know what? Hopefully, graduation is ended and everybody's back in their own houses.
Oh, wait a
and
minute.
corners.
Wait a minute. What's the meat? You've got the meat. What was the
Huh?
argument? What was the argument?
Oh, did you hear it? Shannon, did you hear the argument?
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh, fill us in.
In my humble opinion, everybody just sit the F down.
Oh, my.
I don't know. No, really. He's complete. I don't even know actually how it started. Nyland called in, and he started complaining that she wasn't pointing out places and things that are happening in Manchester. All that I know from listening to Manchester Inkling is about the homeless, because I don't hear anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Really. But he someone said she was not biased, or she was unbiased. I don't know. It ended up basically. It sounded like they were in high school.
Oh, my goodness.
my.
My goodness.
Well, now.
Well, I look forward to going back and listening to that.
Were they separated and sent to the
I didn't
principal's
listen to it
office?
this morning when he hung up on me. I called back, then I shut it off. So
You got hung
he hung
up
on me
on?
this morning. Everybody on that show needs a haircut, and I don't mean the ones on your head. The one across your
Now, they weren't on
area.
Monday, right?
No, they were actually.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought that.
So
through.
Peter hung up on you this morning?
Yes, he did.
Oh, my.
My good. It was an intense show this morning. The morning
Scandal
show.
on scandal on scandal.
Yeah, it was intense.
He was probably stressed
They
out.
had three, at least three scandals this morning.
Wow.
3.
Hey, I was
Did
early
we
in
get
it.
the other 2?
Huh?
I was
Joel
early.
wasn't even
I called.
involved.
I just called to say hi.
You just called.
Hi.
And
You said hi, and he went click.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
no, but he did.
Everything will be fine by Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Did
I
you?
take
Tuesdays
things to heart
suck.
sometimes.
Did you refuse
Oh,
to come
so much.
down? Did you refuse to come down and use the breathalyzer, and that upset him?
Yeah.
They used the fart button on you?
Well, no, they have a breathalyzer now on the morning show, and Gonzo refused to blow, and it was very upsetting to all parties concerned.
Oh, this is
And
separate
good
from
for
the
him.
lie
And
detector.
This is separate, yes.
Yes, that's the third scandal.
Mm-hmm.
And no
I felt
talking.
every one of his cringes
Third.
when they were yelling.
That's last week's. You're behind.
Say that again, Shannon.
I said I felt every one of his cringes when they were yelling. When Kyle and Maddie were going back and forth.
Oh, see,
Kyle and Maddie were yelling?
yeah. Well, not yelling, but they
Over
were
the breathalyzer.
They were
I'm
arguing.
glad I don't have people.
And the desk. So technically,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be another separate scandal too?
Yes. So what what I
I'm getting heartburn
recommend
listening
is
to
we
this.
get one of the firefighters, take a chainsaw, cut that bitch into thirds, Everybody's got one, right?
What?
Everybody's got a desk?
I don't know what just happened.
I think she's referring to the incident where Paul Newman cut director George Roy Hill's desk in half. Over the
and the
something
shark
to
comes
do
out
with
of the
the
water, and
thing.
everybody, freaks.
Well, there was also an incident on the Tom Green show when Jesse James Dupree from the band Jackal went on, and he did the whole bit with his chainsaw and actually cut Tom Green's desk in half live on television. And Tom Green was not having it, and it was apparently not a bit, but it was real. And Tom Green was mad because apparently the desk was a family heirloom, just like Eazy-G's teeth or Rob Azevedo's family heirloom, and it was just very upsetting. Now, and Shannon, I must tell you, by the way, I would be very upset if the desk were cut in half, because Friday nights during Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C, as both Jenny and John can attest, because they've both been on that show, that is my seat at the desk, and I need a desk. I get a lot of work done during that program.
But you cut it into thirds, and everybody's got a piece.
Yeah, but
They turn it sideways.
But they're all going to fall over. It's going to be a big mess. And I don't think that we are even zoned for that type of thing. I don't believe that. On this block in the city of Manchester, you're allowed.
Now you care.
I don't think you're allowed to cut up furniture. You can assemble furniture, but I don't think you can cut it up. You can disassemble it, but to cut it with a chainsaw
this is disassembling it the fun way.
or a hatchet, I don't think that's allowed. I think that is
a
forbidden.
hatchet, maybe. Because that's not a power tool.
Right, it's
That'd
not
be fun.
Yeah, but it's
How
sharp.
about a skill saw? I'll go down as far as the skill saw. That's it.
A skill saw.
Sawzall.
These all sound very dangerous to me, but I'm a klutz. That's why I don't use tools.
We don't let him play with
There
knives.
actually are
No.
3 desks in here, and then there's the mission table.
Or,
There's enough for everybody.
You should get the desks from they're schools there. You sit in the desk at school, you get a little desk, right?
Then you have to
get
deal with
those.
the board of what do you call it, education.
I'll tell you what, though. You know, Shannon's on to something. What would be cool about having those desks in
That
here?
brings in Jim O'Connell.
Well, I would. Well,
Filibuster.
we don't want that. I love Jim, but we can't. It just can't. But if there's ever a nuclear attack, those are the desks that you can get underneath, and they'll
I'm going
save
under
you.
the mission table.
So I want one of those desks. You duck and cover under the school desk, and you'll be safe.
You're at the big desk.
That's true, but this isn't a
as long
school
as your
desk.
gas mask is down there too.
Well, I don't know what's under there. I don't look. It's none of my business, frankly.
Well, it will be your business when you need air.
All I see is wires and electronic
boy.
things, and I don't want to mess with any of that. I want a school desk to protect me.
Hey, John, I have a question for you.
Yes. So, what is it, Shannon?
How about you do a now people are going to laugh or whatever, but why don't you do a one of your reports, your things on Bloodsport?
What's that? Is that a? It's a movie, right?
Yes.
Who's in that?
Based on a true
Some
story.
wrestler?
Isn't
No,
Jean-Claude Van Damme, isn't he in Bloodsport?
Yes, the original one. He played Frank Dukes, the actual person who actually went over there and won the Kumite.
So you
I don't
want
know what year it was.
Is it you want John Hopwood to act out one of the scenes in Bloodsport? Is that what you're suggesting?
Sure.
I am able to do one of those moves where you do like a split and you come in between the 2 desks and you
Wow.
defend yourself.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. Who do you think Jean-Claude
Touch.
Van
It's
Damme
called
learned
Jim
it from?
No.
Okay.
I think all of his
Everybody
movies
take
blend into one for me.
Yeah.
I used to see him for $2 at like the Third Run House when they used to have stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Well, go grab another volume. I'll be listening.
All right, Shannon.
I probably
have a
will
great
forget the
day.
date
Bye-bye.
again.
Wow. Yeah, we definitely have to go back and listen to the morning show. I suggest everyone listen to the morning show. It is in the archive at WMNHradio.org.
Why get upset? Why upset yourself? You know?
No, I got to listen to it now.
Well, there are
I
some...
overslept and I missed like 4 different scandals.
Well, there are some soreheads that are saying that there's not enough articles in the...
You're on that
site.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
But, there's only so much you can cover. Everybody wants what they want covered.
Yes.
But there's only so much you can cover.
That's right.
What can, like the what's his name again? Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm certainly not going to get to that.
No.
No.
Okay.
We have too much of a backlog.
I see. I understand. 603-250-6007 is the number. 603-250-6007 if you'd like to join us today. I felt badly last Wednesday. You could have come in.
But you had somebody here and they were...
I saw you in the doorway, and there was really no way for me to...
Yes, but the point is I wouldn't have come in anyways because there were two guys here.
Yes.
And, let them have their time. They're here for a reason. I'd never seen them before.
They were musicians.
Right. So I figured,
That's a
they
great show
can
to listen
afford
to.
the airtime.
Yeah.
I mean, they deserve the airtime.
Well, I like though when you're in here for when I interview musicians.
Yeah.
You usually have something to contribute to the discussion.
I think you really would like Ricky Mapleton as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you'd come in, you would have really enjoyed it. You should go back and listen to that episode.
I will.
Yes. And he's working on new theme music for us.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, he's a lot of fun. He's got some great music. Absolutely great. I enjoy it. Like, make you smile. I'm having a crappy day. I need to smile. Go listen to Ricky Mapleton. He'll make you smile.
Maybe I can get him for a guest on my show.
You know,
and then
you
he can
should.
come here at the 5 to 6 hour.
There you go.
You should definitely have him on. I will put you in touch.
Okay.
And
remind me after show.
And he's on. He does a television show in Goffstown as well.
They have public access TV.
Apparently,
I think everybody does. Even Litchfield does.
Not everybody.
Litchfield does, yeah.
Bedford does.
Well, when you say everybody, you assume the whole state, and that doesn't work that way. Bo doesn't.
Yeah, but that's Bo.
That's Bo.
We have a we have a call. I think Eazy-G is back on the line. Hello.
Yes.
Speaking of
you guys
Bo,
happen to watch it. It was a pretty good show. It was Miley Cyrus. I watched it on later on because you watched it later on.
What's he talking about?
I love about that channel.
What are you
It was
talking
Miley
about?
Cyrus and Dolly Parton. What a combination, right?
What the heck are
They
you
come out
talking
and
about?
they sang a song, and then Dolly
I think
kind of
it
went
must
away,
have been the
which was- I thought
drugging
was kind
hour.
of dumb.
4 o'clock.
I really like
right?
Dolly Parton, but anyway, so they brought in other artists.
I took my
You know, and then
Valium
Miley
today,
Cyrus
which I
would
don't
join them,
take
and of
every
course,
day,
she
and
was a lot
forgot what
better than
day it
every artist
was.
there.
Now
I'm
we got
always thinking when I see
Eazy-G.
somebody
God
sing
knows
up
what
there,
they got
it's
him
like, I don't know
on.
who the hell they
Were
are.
we talking about
I'm thinking to
Goffstown?
myself.
We were talking about Goffstown.
Well, when did Dolly Parton go on Goffstown public television?
I'm surprised Bo doesn't have its own public access TV
Those
station.
shows, and they get paid a lot of money to be on that.
Who gets paid a lot of money
Mary
for public
Baker,
television?
Eddie, and all that, I always think of Mary Tyler Moore when I think of Bo, because she was the Christian
And what do you think,
Scientist.
Matt? Those people get to be on that Miley Cyrus Rockin' New Year's Eve show on.
We were talking
on
about
the
Mary
channel
Tyler
with
Moore.
Dolly Parton.
When
You think
did
they make
that
a lot of
happen?
money?
Shiny. I
Mary
see
Tyler
Shiny.
Moore.
I believe I have an answer for your question, Eric. I believe
Minnesota's changed a lot. since the Mary Tyler Moore show. Minneapolis is not
it
the
has.
same.
But
It's
Eric,
no longer white.
let me just answer Eric's question. This is important to him. Obviously, it's
Right.
on his mind. I believe they receive a nice, crisp $10 bill.
It's got to be more.
You're incorrigible.
100.
Well, I just wonder how many dollar bills do they put on to be
Do they
there?
put
Because
in
I
their
didn't know
garter?
who the hell they were.
I looked it up. It's $10. They get a $10 stipend.
They
I
don't
think
have
they
to
can
just
make
get
more than
10
that. But I
runs,
guess they're just
though?
getting old, Matt and everybody in the room.
And
when
here's
I watch these shows, I don't know who Miley Cyrus is and I was listening to Dolly Parton, but when they say, "Oh, let's introduce," the troll people, and they listen to them and say, "Well, these guys are girls are this garbage."
Easy, when you look at us, do you see Dolly Parton in the room?
Did you have any
I'm
drugs
saying Dolly Parton
recently?
and Miley Cyrus are pretty good. Actually, Dolly Parton's a lot better.
Where?
And they put these artists out there, and it's like, oh my God, they're like, what would we tell them they could sing? They're awful.
Miley Cyrus just had a #1 hit for the first time since 2013.
And by the
Well,
way,
Miley Cyrus joined some of those guys, girls that think they could sing. They were outdone by her. She could put on a good show. Of course, she's got tattoos all over her body, which I don't know why she did that.
And she rides a
she
wrecking
keep her
ball.
clothes on. She's one hell of a singer.
by the way, I'd like to add something too, and this is a very important detail.
How's your roommate?
This is a very important detail. That $10, they get to spend that on anything they want.
Why would they not be able to spend it anywhere they
$150
want?
goes to their agent, and $250 goes to their manager.
Radio Valium.
They only get about $6.
Yeah, but they get the Grammy Awards coming up around the corner, and I bet if I watched that, it'd be like, who are these people? My mother always told me, well, you come to watch
I
these
think it's
shows
more
and
like
you get older, you don't know who they are. It
radio,
means you're getting older.
Methadone.
I'm trying.
All we hear is
We're staring at the
Radio
wall.
Valium.
A couple of years ago, Manny
Radio
McCarthy was up for a
Valium.
Grammy Awards. You actually made it through the first round. I guess you got to make it through like 2 or 3 rounds in order to get nominated. But hey, that was pretty good accomplishment. It happened a couple of years ago, I think, before she even moved
Is
to
this the
Nashville.
entertainment report? It's on Tuesdays now.
I think so. I think is this an entertainment report, Eazy-G?
No, but there's never a bad idea to bring up the name of Amanda McCarthy.
Never a bad idea to bring up the Grammys.
I am her #1 fan, obviously.
She's been nominated for a Grammy?
No, but she was almost in the, she was in the running for the first round, and then she didn't make it. To the second and third round. I guess you got to make it to be on the show to be nominated. But hey, even to be on the first round was quite an accomplishment. She wasn't even in Nashville at that point.
Well, you do like the ladies who play guitar.
I do. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
What about Joan
Especially
Baez?
her singing and doing what she does, because she's really good at it. Like my father said a couple years ago, she owes all her success to you. I said, I don't know about that, but
you big Joan Baez fan?
I was trying to be humble.
I thought it was Dylan that showed it.
No, but I did. I talked about her a long time. Back in the day where she was playing pretty much some pretty bad dubs.
From
anywhere
Dolly
she could play
Parton.
music at. And believe me, she didn't get paid a lot of money.
Why? Do you know her finances? Are you her manager?
No, I don't know, but I went to a lot of those dumps that she played at because I wanted to just hear her music, and I guarantee she didn't get paid a lot of money.
What?
Do you have him crying?
Oh yeah.
I mean, now she's doing a lot of good shows, and I'm sure she's making a good change for it.
That's
Does she bring, when you listen to her music, does it still bring tears to your eyes?
All right, well, I'll let you go. I'm sure everybody's
don't
talk about
leave.
Amanda McCarthy all day long, so
Yes.
I'll let you go.
All right, very good.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy dope.
Well, Eazy-G leaves us. By the way, Dan Randall of Dan Randall and the Randlets is in the chat room, and he says, I heard as well the $10 they as well as the $10 they get an Amazon Fire tablet. That is true. Yes, I also have read that. And Dan says singers are always better when they put on clothes. Good call, Easy.
God.
Yes. And our friend Shannon is calling back. Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
Hi.
What's the difference if Bruce Springsteen is Hishidoshi?
What? Where did Bruce?
So what's the difference if Bruce Springsteen is Hishidoshi?
Shidoshi?
What's a Sadoshi?
Oh my God. Buzz for it.
Buzz for it?
That you guys didn't. It's just for a few. It's not for everybody. It's a movie. It's not for everybody, but it's
Eazy-G.
what was I going to say?
Eazy-G's running off on you, ain't he?
What? I don't know what's happening.
I said you got to tell Easy when he breathe once in a while.
Breathe.
Yes.
Okay.
Breathe.
Like the
Take a deep
song.
breath.
Just breathe.
But where does Bruce Springsteen come from?
Philadelphia.
Oh.
Well, actually, New Jersey, but he won the Oscar for the.
Right.
You're
he
not
wa-
helping me here,
Right.
Hoppy.
I thought that's what she was
That's
referring to.
He's originally from Freehold, New Jersey.
No, Jenny, I'll tell you.
Oh,
Frank
Freehold.
Dukes got an invitation to go fight at the Kumite. I don't know what year it was.
Bruce Springsteen?
I just don't know why we're talking about these things.
She's into the John Van Damme. And,
I'm so lost.
What about Bruce Lee? I would do a show about Enter the Dragon.
Would you do a show about Bruce
classic.
Springsteen fighting Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Who'd want to see that?
I would.
I'd like to see him fight Bruce Lee.
Shannon would, right, Shannon?
And
Anybody that's seen the movie and remembers it knows that part. They have to basically
Bruce Lee
qualify. So
fighting?
that's when he goes and does the death touch.
Springsteen does the death touch.
I thought that was in Kill Bill of Part 2. With David Carradine.
49.
Uma Thurman gives him the death touch.
I think
and
you're
that
right.
doesn't David Carradine.
And there's a Springsteen song playing in the background.
Yeah.
But Tarantino
Born in the
rips
USA.
everybody off.
Okay, USA.
Oh, no.
All right,
I think I
guys,
ought to get
this
her
is
as a
not
co-host.
nice. The end.
She's all over the map, just like me.
Shannon has left us already.
Can I explain the first round of the Grammys?
I just want to say, before you do, I just want to say,
Why?
I learned a lot from that call. Yes, go ahead,
So
John.
did I.
You go ahead.
I didn't know Bruce Springsteen
Why are we
was
on
into
the
karate.
Grammys again?
To be submitted for Grammy consideration, a recording must be entered by members of the Recording Academy who are either professional or voting members. However, media companies like record labels and distribution companies will can also register as members of the Academy and submit recordings for consideration. So the first ballot you're talking about is just her music company, submitted there. So.
Okay.
anybody. That can happen to anybody.
Surprised there's nothing about Eazy-G in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not available in all states. 603-250-6007 is the number if you'd like to join us today. 603-250-6007.
Post-holiday hangover, huh?
I don't know.
The moon out.
Drink.
It's the moon out.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Who needs to drink when you got this kind of entertainment? It just keeps coming.
We'll finish saying hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat. Our friend Rocky Huber joins us. Hello, Rocky. Mike Sudderth is in the chat room. Of course, we heard from Mike earlier. He's going to be playing Thursday night at the Strange Brew.
Ooh.
Very talented gentleman. I suggest you go see him. Crystal, our friend from Illinois, joins us in the chat room. Let's see. Who else is? I know Jason Fedderson. I think I mentioned Jason earlier, I think, from the great state of Vermont.
Isaac Banks is here.
Isaac Banks, of course. Yes, Isaac Banks messaged me, in fact, to ask me who the guest was yesterday. Yesterday we had Shane Ballin on the show, very talented singer-songwriter.
Right. Excellent. And we have Miss Miriam Banish.
Miriam Banish, yes.
Yes.
DJ Steve, of course, is in the chat room and says, good afternoon, Matt and Jenny. Have a great show. DJ Steve, of course, part of Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C. every Friday night from 8 to 11 p.m. here on WMNH 95.3 FM. And I have the honor and privilege of being one of Paul's co-hosts on that show as well.
And Mr. Alfredo Enrique Benavides.
Yes. Ooh. Also known as Fredo from Dank Sinatra and the Faith Ann Band and Cosmic Blossom. Very talented musician.
Not to be confused with Alfredo, which is
Alfredo
one of my... I like Italian food.
Eric Street joins us in the chat room. Hello, Eric. Fredo was asking in the chat, did Eazy-G ever play ball back in the day? I think referring to the football. Yes, I think he was on a team with Deion Sanders at one point.
And he might have gotten a few baskets.
And then Rocky said something I probably can't read on the air, so I won't. Fredo also said, must be the money as sung by the Bee Gees. Yeah, I think that's a reference to my... Fredo was very supportive of my face plant when I attempted to sing After the Lovin'.
You did
the style
fine.
Of the Bee Gees.
I thought it was wonderful.
I think it was terrible. I appreciate you're very supportive. Fredo's very supportive.
You should do it again.
Katie was very supportive, but I think you're all just being much too nice.
Oh, I think you should do it again.
I think it was terrible.
Oh, yes, you should do it again.
Practice makes perfect.
No.
Where's Polly when I need him? Polly.
Isaac Banks.
Make him sing again.
Isaac Banks, who, by the way, is from Greensboro, North Carolina, says, yesterday, hashtag Matt Connarton, you played was Jamie Walters featuring The Heights with the song, How Do You Talk to an Angel? Yes. Jason Fedderson says, by the way, Shannon was talking about dreams, half lucid dreaming. Jason said, Shannon, if you see a toilet in a dream, don't use it. Yeah, that's true. That's
very true.
You won't wake up.
That's not true.
No.
What, do you fall through it?
But you might wake up in a wet bed.
Oh, that's the problem.
If you think you're going,
that
you actually go.
That actually makes more sense.
Right.
I automatically assume the worst case scenario.
No.
You wake up. Just like a wet dream. You always wake up.
Not before
it happens.
Not necessarily.
Well, I'm only male, so I don't know about the distaff side of the equation.
Rick Smith was asking in the chat room about the Weekly Die-On. What's it about, and will it air again?
Never.
Yeah, the Weekly Die-On was a show here on Thursdays on WMNH after this show, hosted by Ben Die-On and his father, Daryl Die-On. But Ben got too busy to continue to do that, so it wouldn't surprise me
got elected
if it
to
returns.
The school board.
Yeah. Plus, I think his the job too that he's been doing.
Yes.
Keeps him very, very busy. But hopefully, I miss seeing him and his dad on Thursdays.
I thought they had a big feud, and that's why the show broke up.
Oh, that's probably
wink,
it.
Wink,
yeah.
nudge, nudge.
Yes. Maybe Shannon knows.
Scandalous.
Shannon's back on the line. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
Took my Valium. No, just kidding.
Oh.
What's I going to say? Gina Lola Brigida. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yes, she's dead.
She just passed, didn't she?
She died a couple of days ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Did not know
I
that.
thought it was yesterday.
Well, you're asking me. I came in. I think it's Wednesday, so for me it's a couple of days ago. But for you, it's only yesterday.
Well, Wednesday is 5 days ago.
No, I'm here Wednesday the 18th. It just happens today in your world. It's the 17th.
I see. You have breached the space-time continuum.
Do you remember the Jean Van Damme movie where he's like traveling through time? And,
Yes.
Yes, it's
before
on
they
the other
caused
side
the
of the
depression.
DVD.
Oh yeah,
Time Cop.
Time Cop.
That's actually my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Is it?
Well, Ron Silver, the actor, is a really good actor.
Oh,
He's
yes,
the
yes.
villain. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true. Yes, he's dead.
Death Warrant
Yeah, he
was
died
pretty
of
good.
cancer. So that's what I'm doing. I've come here to police the show.
I see. Wow.
I've
Oh,
come from the
God.
future.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Never a good
Dude.
thing, believe me. If you've seen
I
12
just wanted to
Monkeys
say that
with Brad
about
Pitt,
Gina.
you know that.
Mm-hmm. Shannon, are you from the future as well?
Yes.
Wow, this is very
It's
confusing.
not a place you want to be, so
Yikes.
pay attention, people, and
Okay.
take care of what you have,
Okay. All right.
because it's all going to go bye-bye. No. You're allowed a little cubby hole.
Wow.
Does, but then it
It's
gets
like Mockingjay.
reborn.
I'm going to need that desk.
Tough.
Okay, I got a trivia question.
Mm-hmm.
At what mile per hour is Mach 3 speed?
No clue. Anybody?
100.
625, 627.
See if
620.
anybody in the chat room gets it.
628.
No.
Okay, well, it's
2,300.
2,300.
That?
Yeah.
Duh.
That's Mach 3.
I was just playing dumb. I knew
thought it
all
was-
Oh,
along.
that's
Now
right,
someone's
because
gonna check their
a
phone,
airliner
guaranteed.
goes at 627 miles an hour.
Well, you can't do that on
Now-
land, though.
That's not, we
That's
don't
not a
really
fair
care about
question. You
that
can't do
trivia.
it.
You know, it has to be about politics or about, some idiotic part of pop culture. Are you bringing Tom Cruise into the equation, though? Because then
I
you're
don't know. Do you
allowed
want
to
me to?
ask. Well, if you're going to talk about Mach speeds and everything, I'm sure that.
Feel the need?
Did you ever feel an attraction in when you went to the big screen and saw a Tom Cruise movie? To Tommy
No.
Boy. Have you ever felt like becoming a Scientologist after seeing the piercing vision of Tom Cruise?
No. See, this is part of the test, people. When you get to the future, you have to answer these things.
Oh yeah.
Continue.
There's only two religions left: Islam and Scientology. Take your
Okay.
pick.
What about atheists?
I will take the Islam because they can have 4 wives, and they will support me until they decide to
Just
leave.
stay in the atheist lane.
Atheism. That's nowhere.
All right, Shannon.
Zulu.
When you've seen the nukes drop, you'll have seen the face of God.
Oh, sure.
Jehovah himself.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Now,
well,
this is a dumb question, but Gina, was she an actress, singer?
Gina?
Gina Lola Brigida.
Yeah.
Gina Lola Brigida, yes, was an actress.
wasn't she also a character on the Flintstones one episode?
No, you're thinking of Anne Margaret.
There's an episode of the Flintstones where they hire a maid, and Fred is
No,
very.
there is not.
And yes, there is, and Fred is very taken with her, and it makes Wilma very jealous.
When you were a kid watching the Flintstones, didn't that...
He was
that-
never
that
a
leg
kid
of
when
meat
we
look
were
good to you?
kids.
Huh?
I'm figuring you're kind of like my age. We got to see the Flintstones in prime time, in black and white.
Ooh, wow.
We only had a black and white TV till 1971.
I see.
I wanted a bite out of that drumstick he always had.
I thought you wanted to bite out of Barney Rubble.
No.
Hey, now.
Ooh.
That's for unsheathed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that tiger skin, you know.
Yeah, it is pretty hot.
Oh, speaking of tiger, well, no, it's another trivia. You don't want trivia, so.
Well, it has
I
to be
don't- I don't know if
relevant
it's true.
trivia, politics, or some inane pop culture.
Matt, are you snuggling up with Jenny while we talk here?
Yes, he is.
Not in here.
I'm turning crimson.
No,
from
not in here.
embarrassment.
No, again, that's the other show. All right.
Well, when
we
the last
are.
time this rug was washed, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying.
We are.
That couch, ooh.
Well, speaking of Mach 3, I think we're headed to break our top of the hour break at Mach 7, Shannon. So we're going to let you go.
All right. Well, you guys take care,
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Shannon. Bye bye.
Thanks.
All right. Bye bye. All right. Very good.
Sally Forth.
Well, yes.
Hey, what's happening in Cayente, in Mexico, in
I don't
22?
what?
Well, 22. We've already gone through 22. We're in 23 now.
That is correct.
I thought that was a band.
Oh, really?
What's going on?
It's a place in Mexico. Too.
Everyone's saying words today I don't understand. I feel like I'm in that episode of The Twilight Zone. Not the original, but the reboot they did in the 80s where the guy, all of a sudden, everyone's speaking a different language and he doesn't know why.
But what is wrong, Matt? Why aren't you understanding us anymore?
That's
what's going on with you,
Time
Maddie?
for the reboot at 5.
Actually, our friend Fredo is on the line. Hi, Fredo.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I just wanted to say, I don't think she was kidding about taking that Valium, man.
Well, I don't know, and that's.
I'll have what she's having.
What's coming to mind is not a good thing, so I just can't say nothing anymore.
We want to respect everyone's HIPAA, and we won't speculate on that. But how are you, sir?
Valiums for everyone.
Hmm.
We'll be back in the 70s.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call in and say what's up, man. I wanted to do a shameless plug. Could I do a shameless plug? Since Eazy-G dropped out on the...
Oh,
he
man,
dropped
hawk
out
your
on
wares. Hawk away.
The entertainment report.
Yes. Yes, he did. He let us all down. Absolutely. There is no shame here. Go ahead, Fredo. Absolutely.
I will say that the Faith and band will be playing at the Grotto in Plymouth, New Hampshire on the this Friday, the 20th.
Very good. Very good. Who's
and Dank Sinatra, if you want to catch Dank Sinatra, something heavier and kind of alternative, will be playing at the Nashua Garden on the 28th.
Ah, excellent. Excellent. You know what? That inspired. I'm going to play a Dank Sinatra song at the break.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
I love that. I love Air Between Us, but is there a different one I should play, Fredo, that I can get to online quickly? I'll let you decide. What Dank Sinatra song should I play?
Enjoy it while you can.
Oh, that's a good one, too. That's a good one, too. Let me see if I can find it here.
Which is my message for the day.
Oh, I found it. Yep. And there's no swears in it. Like, you guys don't have any swears, right?
Well, not in that song.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay.
We have a song about it's called Police State, and it's kind of political, and there's some swearing in it.
Yes.
Let's hear that one.
Well,
now
we want.
Puppy.
I want to, John. I
You
want to
know better.
I want to be allowed to come back tomorrow, John. So no, we can't.
What day are you actually talking about tomorrow?
Might get involved. We want to play that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll avoid that one. But no, I'll play. Enjoy it while you can. Absolutely, that's a great choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, have a good one, guys. It was good listening to you. Some radio gold earlier. I was laughing earlier.
Oh, good. That's what we like. All right, Fredo. Thank you so much for the call.
All right, later.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Always nice to hear from Fredo. Very talented musician, and yeah, let's do it. Let's go to break. We're going to play this, Dank Sinatra. Enjoy it while you can, and then we'll...
I hate to interrupt, but the wall is puckering over here.
Oh, no.
What?
It's puckering. Look I've never seen all these puckers.
Maybe it's trying to give you a big kiss.
No, I think it was whatever happened today.
Oh, you think
during the morning show?
You think the morning show caused the wall to pucker?
Like waves and puckers and stuff.
No,
it's for clouds.
Pucker power.
Oh, you mean a different kind of puckering, don't you? Not necessarily with the
Stop
lips.
it. All right, now.
I get it. Oh, I get it. I get it.
Why? It's the same thing.
It was
Things pucker up.
It was a tense morning show. It was great, though. I loved it.
There's like 5 scandals.
It's like being scorched.
I know.
I know, right?
Yeah, Mike from Queen City Cabinetry, one of our great sponsors here at WMNH, says it did get a little tense this morning. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There were 10 scandals.
No,
I only count 5.
No, tense. Not 10 scandals. It was tense.
5.
5 scandals.
Because now we got to add the puckered wall.
All right, we'll grab this call from Ron, and then we'll hear some Dank Sinatra. What's up, Ron?
Where's Ohio?
Nothing. Yeah, today's show was something else. I'm sure it'll go down in the record book.
You heard it?
Yeah, I was listening to it every day. Just it was crazy. I even tried to just put in a little calming sense into everybody. Yeah, and in the end, it worked out. Not because of me, just everybody hashed out this, what was on their mind, and it went over well. And
it
didn't go over well, but it finished well. So that's the end of that.
There was a big group
Matt, I know
right?
you don't like to do local stuff, but Channel 9 News just said the courts have decided in favor. The tents are coming down tomorrow.
Oh, okay. The homeless encampment. Gotcha.
Oh, there'll be an appeal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know.
I just want to give people a place to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. And easy.
Over near the,
before you get
printer?
yourself into hot water, think twice before you start taking sides. You know, I heard him talking about. I favor what Carol had to say, or something to that effect. I take her side. You know, stay out of it, Easy. Stay out of it.
Ron, you take Carol's side. We just want to make sure you
That's
said
6 scandals.
I support Carol. Right.
No, that's what Easy said.
Oh, I thought Ron said that he did.
No.
What happened there?
No, Easy was taking sides, and I'm saying Easy before you get yourself into something that you don't want to get into. Don't think twice before you start taking sides on the air.
I think Easy's on the other line. He has a response, Ron.
Want to get down and dirty with me?
See you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh!
Want to get down and dirty with me?
Wow, yeah.
See what you did?
That's right.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy does.
All right, let's get to break. We're going to play some Dank Sinatra. Enjoy it while you can. And then we'll show some love to our sponsors. And we'll be back with hour number 2, Numero Dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed. Don't go away. Why don't I hear anything? Oh, here we go.
Kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry. located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria.
For delivery, call 603-782-8450.
Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town.
1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Best cocktails around.
Come in as friends and leave as family.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are well in hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, merch, and more. And today is Tuesday, January 17, 2022. Jenny is here at the news desk.
Present and accounted for.
And in the corner with the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead is John Hopwood.
Howdy.
Howdy. And John thought it was Wednesday, apparently. So if you're wondering why he's here on a Tuesday.
It could be. It's probably Wednesday across the international date line.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point. And Jenny, you have some news for us. So if you missed the early part of the show, Jenny found out, well, actually, here, let's start it this way. Tell people again, for people just joining us, what it is that you did yesterday.
Oh, it was modeling for Half Lucid Jewelry.
Yes.
Which I thought, like, the pictures and stuff are being done for the website, halflucidjewelry.com. And that's not where they're going. Apparently, Kendra has been asked to write for the Concord Commerce. Help me.
The Chamber of Commerce?
Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. My brain got stuck. Oh. Yes. Talking about from going to New York to coming back to New Hampshire, as well as highlighting her work and her artistry, and the photographs are going to be submitted to them.
Oh, excellent.
I thought it was just for the sales website.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's really cool, though. She's an amazing author and just all around amazing soul. Just a joy to be around. I can't wait to see what happens with this. A little taken aback by where it was going.
Yeah. John, you know Kendra.
Kendra who?
Kendra L. Saunders.
Dating an alien pop star.
She was a guest when we had the back-to-back television shows. She was a guest on my show or your show, but you were there for the interview. It's a little fuzzy in my mind. You don't remember her?
No.
Okay. If you saw a picture of her, you'd remember.
You have a picture of her.
Not handy. But you'd remember her if you saw her, I think.
Her name is Kendra Saunders.
Yes. Why do you sound...
Hashtag.
You sound like...
What happened to you?
Oh my
and
God.
what is she famous for? Hashtag.
Did somebody flip his switch?
I think he might be moving to Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Do you have a
Okay,
new
what should I be looking up with Kendra Saunders?
Kendra L. Saunders.
Kendra L. Saunders.
Yes.
Yeah, she's an author. She has several books, and she's an entrepreneur.
Oh. Isn't that, I'm thinking of a, yes. What'd you say?
You're thinking of Yes, the band? The band, Yes?
I think he's
How did that happen?
Actually, I was thinking of Led Zeppelin.
I thought.
Ho, 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 ho.
That's not a Christmas song.
That's not it.
Go.
Oh my goodness.
I was never a
that's
big
not-
fan of theirs. But
that's
their
not
last
it.
couple albums were okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
Well, anyway, if you'd like to, while John looks up Kendra, if you'd like,
there is a Kendra L. Saunders here that is, I can't use the adjective I'd like to because we're not on Matt Connarton on Sheath. Is
Right.
that her?
Probably.
Or is that her?
Oh my.
Yeah, that's her on the left.
The other
Looks
one
like her.
is. Yes.
Yes.
That's her too?
I believe so.
I'm surprised I don't remember her.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You've interviewed a lot of people.
Yes. And now it's all coming to an end because, I don't even know what day it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're here from
Who
the
knows
future.
if they're even real? Who knows if you're real?
Isaac Banks. That's true. I could be in a simulacrum. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Isaac Banks in the chat room says Kendra Saunders from American Idol. No. This is Kendra L. Saunders.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to have the L in there.
That's right. Yes, because there's also I think there's a superhero. I'm never really into superheroes, but I think there's a superhero whose identity is Kendra Saunders, and she turns into whatever. I don't know. Not Wonder Woman, but somebody.
I can't remember her at all.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, which is unusual,
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, usually I remember all the dames. But this is what happens when you get into sexagenarian.
Dames?
Here's what.
Dames.
Here's
Yes,
why
I was
I'm-
born in the
Dames?
What do you think dames mean? It means women in
I
French.
don't like that word.
How dare you attack
I can
a
say
French
whatever I
speaker?
want to.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
Dame isn't bad.
Because you're a hell of a dame.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's all in how
You're
you
on
say
the
it.
west side, Dame, Dom, right?
The reason.
Notre Dame.
But if I could be a dame, that would be good because then the
Wait,
king
the
would have
dame.
to make me one.
You're a Dame Dame.
The reason
Yeah,
I
Dame means like is a woman knight in English.
The reason I laughed when you said that is because I specifically remember we were emailing back and forth or texting back and forth about Kendra. She was going to be coming on one of our shows, and you actually said you looked her up and you said to me, "This dame is great."
Well, that's the funny thing about memory.
He's
There's
showing
huge
his
gaping
age.
holes.
Yes.
Yes, sexagenarians, this is where, you start running out of gas. You can't even
no.
remember the dames anymore.
Oh boy.
That's when you know you're kaput. You're close to being kaput.
Oh my. Well, that's.
We use German words. Because there were German words used over on the west side, too. There was a lot of Krauts over there.
Oh, I don't
The
think.
Hamers. Gary Hamers had part German. And
isn't-
horny.
Isn't that a slur? I don't.
Kraut?
Yeah.
Did
don't,
you just
don't-
say they were horny?
don't get-
No, Hamer and Heidi Horninghamer.
Oh,
Okay.
She's half.
You didn't enunciate that
They're
one
both
very
half
well, buddy.
German. Hamer's a German name.
Just saying.
And she was Heidi Horning. Hamer, her
Say that
father
6 times
was
fast.
one of two twins that emigrated here from Germany after World War I. They were identical twins, and they ran a restaurant in Granite Square. And my father, who grew up there, said the only way you could tell them apart was their suspenders were different colors. They were identical.
Oh.
If you see pictures of them, they're like complete.
Yeah.
It's like the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were Krauts, but he
Okay,
had no
don't-
accent.
yeah,
or
don't keep-
anything. Oh, come on!
That's not a nice
Don't-
word.
Yeah, I don't.
What world do you live in? It's
And this
funny.
one, it's not a nice word.
Yeah, I don't.
Come on.
I don't think
Some
you're-
things that you might have accepted in your generation
terrible.
are not
Germans
acceptable
are
now.
being so discriminated against, right?
It's not an okay word
I
to
lived in
say.
Germany.
I don't
It
care
is.
if you live
Do you
there.
eat sauerkraut?
I do.
Yes, you can.
What does kraut mean?
You can
then?
say sour. okay.
Sauerkraut is a cabbage that I happen
German
to enjoy.
yeah. And where does kraut come from?
Has nothing to do with what you're saying.
Do you know that Poland, the right wing
Don't try to justify your racism to me.
Freak, give me a break.
Hey, you want to call people by a name? Well, that's what it is.
They're Germans.
What? You should not respect them because they are?
You've got it there.
Oh, listen at you.
Oh, my
right
goodness.
now, I'm more upset with the Russians.
Yes, Russia.
Right,
gonna-
but because you were brought up to hate Russians.
No,
But, you know,
I was not.
Sure you were. We
no,
all were.
I was not.
We all were.
I was not brought up to rate.
Soviet Union, constant propaganda.
My God, man.
Yeah, it is.
My family's from Europe.
burned
I'm
into
sure
us.
there's lots in there. So
Lots of anti-Russian has been part of the American ethos since 1919.
Now the Russian Tsars actually kicked my grandmother's parents out.
They didn't kick anybody out. They escaped.
They escaped. Yes, they
Quite
escaped
different.
through the underground.
They escaped.
And you're correct.
The whole villages would leave together.
There
The
was
shadows.
an underground railroad to get them out, and they had to be smuggled out to France, and got French passports or something somehow to get out.
So we can't call French
I have
frogs?
one passport that literally says Jew traveling with 4 children.
Yeah, in Russia, that Jew was considered an ethnic group. It was under the Soviet Union too.
We're taking over Matt's show.
I'm sorry, Matt.
No, that's
you
okay.
Know,
But I will
Jewish.
tell you, Matt, Hoppy, you're kind of wrong there.
About crowds?
No, the rest of the world considers Ashkenazis or Jews to be by their ethnicity. Not the United States is the only place that says it's solely a religion and not an ethnicity. Even though when you look at my DNA, there it is.
In the Soviet Union, that was considered
It's not
an
just the
ethnic
Soviet
group.
Union. It's
I'm
not,
just saying.
it's-
I
the
made
passport
a
was
specific
French.
thing on your internal passport.
The passport
Everybody
was
had their
French.
ethnicity. Oh, they had it too?
Everybody has it.
They
It's an
don't in
ethnicity
England.
over there. It's not a religion. It's an ethnicity.
Ethnicity. I do like the way you pronounced it better.
Oh, I
it
think
gives it
it's
some a zoom.
little oomph. It's the crown. It's the crown.
Yes. If you'd like to join us today, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. On social media at Matt Connarton. And of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. I see some new people in there. Also, of course, you can email me, matt@mattconnerton.com. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. Speaking of religions, Alfredo is in the chat room, and he apparently is a purveyor of pastafarianism. I like pasta.
I love
Absolutely.
pasta.
Maybe
I should learn how to make my own.
Melanie points out that atheism is not a religion.
True.
Let's see. Mike from Queen City Cabinetry is in the chat room. I think we said hello to Mike before, but we'll say it. He's one of our great sponsors here at WMNH 95.3. Crystal, our friend from Illinois, is in there, of course. Let's see.
Oh, my.
Oh, Alex Whiteley joins us from our friend from the UK.
He don't like you no more.
Ooh, Alex?
Hoppy.
Oh, get the hell with him. He's always been one of those people that I can't use the words.
Hey!
Snit.
Stop it!
I'll say a snit.
A snit? Wow.
I think he's a nice guy.
So what?
Well, so
I think
I
he's
got
a snit.
disagreeable Hoppy
Oh
here.
my
That's
goodness,
what I know.
yes. Disagreeable
I'm a
John.
bigot for the left.
Crotchety, get off my lawn.
Look at the hat I'm wearing.
He is wearing the grumpy hat.
I'm
I
wearing
did
the
not
grumpy hat. I
notice
don't even know
that.
what day it is, and here you are.
This is true. You don't know what day it is.
Literally.
Oh, Miriam says in the chat room, Matt, there was a Gina Lola Jupiter on the Jetsons. Is that what you're remembering? That might be. That might be what I'm remembering. I might have it mixed
That
up with the
makes
Flintstones. Yeah. I could have sworn it was the Flintstones, but no, I'm probably wrong. That makes sense, Miriam. Yeah. Crystal says maybe Matt could go on a field trip here to Illinois and find Al Capone's vault.
Why?
Once Geraldo Rivera failed that task back in the 80s.
I remember watching that.
I remember Illinois very well. I spent the summers there growing up.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I do remember. That actually, as embarrassing as it was at the time, that did wonders for Geraldo's career because it made him famous.
It did.
He was famous before that.
Well, he was famous before that, but that made him like uber famous. Like people...
Because he became
He was like the original Jerry Springer.
Yeah, a real jackass. And, there's that saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right.
But any credibility he had, which was minimal by that time, was gone after that.
Yeah.
Back in the days of television, this man set it up where he was going to open a safe on live TV back before the internet. And he built it up and built it up.
Oh, yeah.
And then the day came and they opened it and it was empty. I mean, it was empty. It was devoid of anything. There was literally nothing in there. Not a single decimal of paper, nothing. It was the biggest flop ever. Now, this, of course, we're talking about when everything was only on TV. There was no internet. You couldn't see anything anywhere but on TV. And if you missed it, then it was over. There was no rewind or record or play it over again. So people like set everything, oh, I'm going to go watch this. I'm going to go watch this. And it was nothing.
Mike from Queen City Cabinetry asked, is anyone from Greensboro, North Carolina in the house? Preferably singing boy band songs. Yes, I do believe so. Alex Whiteley says, like a dame, we are bringing back 1930s gangster talk. Haha. Yeah, they said that a lot, like in those old gangster movies. And they all talk like this, see? You know what I mean, Sam?
That was in Warner Brothers movies.
Oh,
that's who did it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Jimmy Cagney and Edward G. Robinson. Who was instantly a Hungarian Jew. Emmanuel Goldenberg.
Oh.
Great actor, by the way. My parents saw him because he was gray-listed during the McCarthy period. He wasn't a communist, but he had been a friend of FDR and was very liberal, and he could not get a job for years. But Cecil B. DeMille, who was a very reactionary person, cast him in The Ten Commandments. And once Cecil B. DeMille could cast anybody he wanted. Because his patriotism was above reproach. And he was also the Steven Spielberg of his time.
Oh, really?
So, and that revived his career.
We have a call. Shannon is on the line. Hi, Shannon.
Oh,
You always give me away.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a zany character planned? What's that?
Do you have any Edward G. Robinson memories or trivia?
Edward G. No? Who's that?
You don't know who Edward G. Robinson is? Cut her off the air right now.
Oh my God!
Excuse me.
He's one of the great
I'm on a what?
One of the
Receiver?
great art collectors too.
It's a paradox.
That Edward G. Robinson was a great art collector.
You know what I was going to? What? Can somebody Google if all the planets are just moving themselves out of the reach of the rockets or what? Because I mean, it's the weather.
Oregon is a good place for the nuclear holocaust.
Oh, Shannon.
But Portland has become a hellhole. It used to be very nice. I was there 40 years ago.
All right, Shannon.
Send a bus around, and we'll all go to Jackass Flats.
We're going to Oregon, Shannon.
Jackass
Pack your
Flats,
bags.
That's a movie. They go
Is
to
it?
Jackass Flats.
Oh.
Some movie.
Wow.
We need Eric right
You don't
now.
know what. Wyoming? Did you say?
Oregon.
We're going to Oregon.
Oregon.
Pack your
Okay.
bags.
Oregon.
What's going on,
yeah,
Shannon?
right to die state too.
What's on your mind?
Right. I forgot.
Okay.
Besides setting a record for calls.
The dames and broads are. Nobody said broad yet.
No, we don't use broad, but dame is a French word meaning woman, and we are in a trilingual city. Jesus Christ.
Yes, broad is not a nice word, but dame is.
Because broad is
broad's
actually
better than a lot lizard.
Well, broad is referring to the body type, whereas dame
No.
comes from French. Oh yeah.
Hell, no.
Well, I'm looking up Kendrell Saunders.
All right. Anything to add, Shannon?
I don't know. What else were you talking about?
We were talking about nasty words for Germans.
Yeah. No, we're not. We're not going back to
We don't talk about World War II. Wasn't that a John Cleese, Faulty Towers? So don't talk about the war.
Oh, was it?
Everybody, when you were in England, and even in the 80s, everybody was still mad about the war.
Yeah.
They were mad that the Germans came out of it so well when they're like, ready to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
They won the war and lost the economic peace.
I liked the story on Christmas Eve when they sang Silent Night.
Mm-hmm.
They put the truce up for one night, one song. Wasn't that World War II?
And then the next day it was back to the killing.
Yes, but wasn't that
Yes.
for a moment in time?
Yes.
Humanity saw humanity.
Yeah. I'm cynical about it, but yeah. All right, Shannon. Anything to add?
No, I don't think I'll call back because I don't know. It's like I said, something's off.
Huh? Okay.
Everybody's just whack today.
Everybody's whack
because it's actually Wednesday.
The young
No,
people.
It's not, Hoppy.
We're in a time slip.
We've been trying to get.
We're in a time slip.
The Shannon's onto something though. The young people say that. They say whack. They say like that's
They've
totally
said that
whack.
We were
I don't know
20
if
years
they say the
ago.
same thing I mean.
I just
that
heard
was what's her name? That singer.
In the 90s, at least.
They say it's wickety whack. All right, Shannon. Thank you for the call.
Wickety whack.
All right, bye. Okay. All right, very good. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. If you'd like to call in, just we do ask you have a reason.
I'm praying to the aliens.
You are?
Yes, the Gary Newman song comes to mind.
Oh boy.
Oh, I haven't
slowly
heard that in a long time.
You're gonna
in a long time. That's 43 years old, I think. 1979.
What do you make of John? Have
Gary Newman?
No, have you seen this? The Chinese, or in China, they have their population is actually decreasing for the first time in 60 years.
They actually had more deaths last year than births.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know? Have you heard this story?
I heard that India surpassed them for the first time in like 75 years.
Yeah.
No, in population.
In total population?
Yeah.
I don't trust any statistics that come out these days. China's a fascist dictatorship that makes Putin look like, Helen Keller.
Not right now. Not right now.
China's a fascist.
Not when Putin's killing thousands
Oh,
of
so
people.
all the Muslims in China that are being destroyed and terrorized, they don't count.
I didn't say they didn't count. In this moment, the genocide is being committed.
We've had the discussion of what genocide is.
And I'm going to
And the
stick to
United
it.
Nations has that's a word that was created after 1945 and has a specific technical and legal meaning.
It's absolutely appropriate when talking about Ukraine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No. We're just going to disagree about that.
Anyway, China.
China is a fascist dictatorship. So
Well, they did it to
you
themselves.
can't believe. What would you believe? Why would you believe anything that comes out of that country?
I do believe
It's not
this
like I
story,
believe
actually.
anything that comes out of Russia either.
Let Matt tell the story, and maybe you'll believe it too.
But the statistics, we live in a time of diminishing reality, I would say.
I do generally assume, though, if somebody is no, I agree. Obviously, you can't trust what comes out of China. In fact, in terms of COVID deaths, there's a lot of suspicion that those numbers are much higher than what the Chinese are letting on.
Absolutely, but I
Yeah.
don't doubt that they're having a birth issue.
And that from somebody that I know that knows somebody in China is saying it's very severe right now.
Yeah.
But very, very, very severe, and it's not being reported to the full extent because it's a fascist dictatorship. They control the internet. They have that social score. What is it called? Where you can't even. It's very hard even to access the internet. They can stop your money. They can stop your access to anything. The Russians are too undisciplined. They probably love to have it, but they don't have it.
Right.
So they just will shoot you or something. But the Chinese, execute people all the time.
Yep.
I mean, it's a totalitarian state.
Yeah.
So
when it's bad news, though, coming out of China, I'm more apt to believe it because
who's reporting this?
Oh well, I mean, the story.
WHO. Doesn't mean. I mean, the source.
Why do you not believe that more people died last year than were born after a society that had a policy of one child only?
I was trained by the Defense Intelligence Agency.
And an entire generation grew up under the one child only regime that now they're not having as many kids. There's not enough work. They're not going to have as big of a workforce, and their economy is actually at risk.
Because I was trained by the Defense Intelligence Agency how to look at this information like this.
So I'm ignorant to say that I do believe that they are not having the birth rates.
You that's a very valid opinion, but I have no idea.
So you've barely heard this story, and you're making a judgment. You haven't even gotten into the crux of it, and you're making a judgment that it's not true.
So what? What does it mean? What does it mean?
Well, let's not discuss anything.
But what meaning
throw
does
it at
it
Hoppy.
have?
If it sticks, it's true. If it doesn't, well, so what?
No, but you're talking about you're
What
talking about
does
a
it mean?
country
Okay, what does it
where are you going to be able to ascertain what's real in China? Really? How could you do that?
I think that when they're giving this bad news out, they're actually telling the truth, and their
So a
history,
country that doesn't even tell the
their
truth
history
is telling the truth.
makes it very more likely than not that this is actually a true phenomenon going on there that is going to have a direct impact on their economy and their amount of exports.
Where are they announcing this?
Oh my God, Matt, your turn.
No, where are you announcing it? You know, there is a way how to look at information. You just don't get stuff and say, "Oh, well, you know, this."
Well,
is
when
it.
I say it's being reported by every news outlet, you say,
What does
"Oh,
that-
what does that mean?"
What does that mean? It's
Then why am
reported
I
by
gonna tell
every
you
news
who's,
outlet.
Then don't ask me who's reporting it if you're going to slap that back
No, I'm
at me.
saying.
No, you're not saying anything. You're just being a
Of course I am.
contrarian without even listening to all the facts to make an actual educated decision.
Who actually put this out? I'm not talking about with the New York Times or Washington Post reporting. That's irrelevant. Who put this
Let
out?
Matt tell you the story and you'll find out.
Who put it out?
Well, what I was going
But
to
he
say
already
is,
asked me the question, what I thought about it before.
Don't let him say anything.
well, what I was just going to say is I tend to, if it's bad news that reflects poorly on China, I'm more apt to believe it because if, you know, in terms of controlling information, obviously they don't want anything coming out that reflects poorly on them and their disastrous.
So who reported it? I mean, who's the source? World Health Organization or the Chinese government itself?
Well, let's see. Let's see if this tells us. So this is from financialtimes.com. So they're reporting China has passed its peak of COVID-19 infections and is returning to normal faster than the government expected. I'm kind of skipping down here, but after ending its zero COVID policy in December, China shut down its coronavirus testing apparatus and has published limited data on deaths,
right,
making it difficult to gauge the scale of infections. Instead, epidemiologists have relied on online surveys to measure the spread. Earlier this month in Henan, if I'm saying that correctly, one of China's most populous provinces, said almost 90% of the local population had been infected. Okay, I'm skipping down again. Want to get to the part about their population. Oh, this might not have it. This is okay. This article is actually more about. So they're having a terrible time there with COVID, obviously, because they had not only
that's pretty well established.
Not only did their zero COVID policy not work in terms of lockdowns, but they have something that isn't discussed quite as much. But they have a vaccine. I think it's called Sinovac.
The one that's so ineffective?
Yeah, apparently it has extraordinarily low efficacy. So not only have they been very poor about getting people vaccinated, but even if they do get people vaccinated, it's not going to matter because they're vaccinating. And they were offered help with that, but they said, no, we're going to use our own. And it doesn't really work.
The UN made a prediction.
I got the statistic.
The UN made a prediction last year that India would surpass China as the most populous country, and that's exactly what has happened. Their birth rate numbers have fallen. The number of their people that they're reporting their population has fallen by somewhere around 850,000 are the numbers I'm looking at.
Yeah, the National Bureau of Statistics of China.
Yep.
The population of mainland China, so that's not Taiwan. I wonder if it's Hong Kong. It decreased 850,000.
That's what I
rather
just said.
Remarkable, yeah.
That's what I just said, right.
But
their birth rate has fallen to down to about 1,000 a month, 6.77 for a birth rate where it was 7.52. And you got to but think about, they did this to themselves. They felt they had an overpopulation issue, so they limited families. They limited families to one child.
Right.
Now that generation is grown in childbearing age, and that generation is not producing many children.
Yeah, well, they changed it to 3 children eventually when they started to see that they were going to run into a problem.
Too late, though. The damage was already
what's
done.
The problem?
They've got
a 1.4 billion people.
And they were
Where do you have the resources?
Baby girls were being killed.
Yeah.
In quite large
and
numbers
India,
back
too.
then. During the one child only, you needed a male to carry on the family name. Girl babies were being killed.
Yeah.
But the problem is this.
Female infanticide.
So much of this population is people who are older and retiring. So there's not enough young people entering the workforce, and you need that for the economy. So it's not a matter of, the population is enormous, and you're right, resources are always a problem.
It's unsustainable.
But what's also unsustainable economically is if you don't have enough young people entering the workforce, then you're screwed. If you have and this is happening. I mean,
and they have a lower number of young people who are also not getting married, or they're getting married much later in life, and they're having children much later in life.
Yep.
But you have 1.4 billion people. How can you sustain that in the
That's
environment?
what the problem is. They can't.
Right. That's why they had the one-child policy.
And now it's gone to the absolute opposite. Now they have all of this need, and they don't have the young people to get into the workforce to meet the need of the businesses, which is going to have a direct effect on the rest of the world because a lot of us, including the United States, are too dependent on things that are created in China.
Those factories are it's virtual slavery.
You can't have virtual slavery when they don't have the bodies to put in there. So not only
it's just those factories are slave factories. It's like the essence of exploitation, making super
I'm not
profits over
disagreeing with you.
the immiseration of these people.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is there aren't enough bodies to fill in the holes that are being created. And like Matt said, there's also a large group of them that are old and can't work anymore.
There's 1.4 billion people in friggin' India. They can take up the slack. They'll probably move there. Making production there.
Birth rates have been falling worldwide.
Yeah.
Not in every country.
Which is not a bad thing. This planet's disintegrating. Everything they said in the 60s about the population bomb is coming true, and the destruction of our environment. But that's not politically correct to say that anymore, to talk about that.
I'm right there with you. I do think that less people on this earth will make it better.
Right.
I do agree with that. But that doesn't mean we should have some kind of law or rule that governs it.
Well, how are you going to stop it then?
We don't have to. This is the problem we're trying to talk about.
You don't have to. Why not? How many people would they have now without that policy, which would be completely unsustainable?
Well, yeah,
the pollution in China is hideous.
But they created an alternate problem for their society that's growing exponentially, and they're facing right now.
It is a catch-22. Because John's right. The huge population is unsustainable, but at the same time, they have painted themselves into a corner here.
They did.
And now they're panicking.
So creating all these consumer goods, that's all that matters in the world, right? All this junk that people
I'm all for lowering stuff down. So don't. I'm not going there. What I'm trying to say is that because they're in this situation, there's going to be some kind of a collapse or issue with their fiscal health. They don't have the bodies to keep doing what they're doing, so it is going to directly have a fiscal impact on their ability to make money. Their ability to export product.
What is that going? Why does it concern you so much?
We're talking about the story.
No, why does it concern you?
Well, it does affect the global economy, and some economists are sounding the alarm on what's happening in China, and especially when we depend on them so much for microchips. China and not only mainland China.
I thought it was
China,
Taiwan that we depended on.
Well, Taiwan as well.
Actually, they do make them in China, and they transship them under a Taiwanese.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for 40
Nothing
years.
unusual there.
But
U.S. cars go back and forth over the Canadian border.
That is
every
unusual
day.
because it violates the World Trade Organization. It violates trade law. In other words, it's a scam.
They get around it.
It's a scam.
But we also
Why can't you make chips in the United States or Mexico, the maquiladora?
Well, there's a push to do that now.
We should be.
Wow.
We absolutely should be. Do you know these chips are not just important for you to be able to watch TV and stuff. It's important for a ventilator to work appropriately. It's important for an insulin pump to work appropriately. There are so many things that we need in our society that that we utilize to help keep our people alive and healthy. We need to be making these things here.
Or Mexico, which is closer to us.
Well, now,
and which is under our imperial umbrella.
Well, now there's also a drive to, because we depend on China for a lot of the ingredients for our pharmaceuticals,
which are garbage, by the way. Have you ever read about what the Chinese pharmaceutical industry and the Indian pharmaceutical industry? A lot of the stuff is inert. It's just scandalous. When I was at the National Whistleblower Center, they had a case about the Indian drug industry. There was supposed to be the U.S. FDA was supposed to put posts over there to overlook the Chinese industry. When that was actually reported, the utter adulteration of drugs. But there isn't.
Yeah. But part of what's happening now in the United States is, we're running out of medications. There's a lot of antibiotics that you can't get right now. It's pretty severe.
And so we should all feel sorry for China?
No, not at all. We should feel sorry for us because we're getting screwed in this
We
deal.
should start doing more for ourselves. I mean, other countries fare better because they do more at home.
Well, there is a solution because there was a time when a lot of our prescription drugs were manufactured in Puerto Rico, which is part of the United States.
Yes.
And it would actually help with the Puerto Rican economy, sure, if we started doing that again in Puerto Rico. Instead of
yeah, but Puerto Rico is disintegrated because the United States is treated like a colonial possession.
Maybe we need to make it a state.
But what I'm saying,
that's not going to help either because there's states that are just crappy
As
holes
a state,
too.
they would be entitled to a lot more than they are as just a territory, and they'd have more voting
That's
rights.
not the solution to the pharmaceutical thing.
It's a small something. I agree. We should be able to do it there. We should be able to do it here. Period.
You could do it in Mexico. What
why
happened to
can't
the
we ever do stuff
maquiladora?
here?
Well, whatever we got to do
Because
to
the
not
whole
be
idea of doing
dependent
it
on China
is to use utterly to have your labor costs to be practically nothing, zero. That's what you have in China.
Bottom line is China's not going to be able to keep up with the production that they have kept up with in the past. They don't have the workforce to do it. It's going to hurt their economy. It's going to hurt ours, and that's just what's going to happen. And we need to make chips here. We need to do some things here.
But it won't happen because of the lack of will in Congress.
Oh, there's the truth. That's
Exactly.
definitely a truth.
Yeah.
You have a Congress
To a
and
point.
a government that is moribund.
We have nothing to incentivize the industries to produce here as long as they can get it done cheaper somewhere else.
Right. And you know that chip bill that they passed, that's sending money to Taiwan, not to the United States. I remember when I got laid off in 2003, there were women with me that worked at the Intel chip factory, just got laid off. You know, that was 20 years ago.
This is from Forbes. It says, until relatively recently, Puerto Rico was a dominant player in the manufacture of, I don't like this website very much, was a dominant player in the manufacture of prescription drugs. The reason taxes, in Gerald Ford's last year as president, the Democratic Congress passed and Ford signed the Tax Reform Act of 1976, which exempted from taxation corporate income generated in U.S. territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. This policy, combined with Puerto Rican tax law, meant that corporate subsidies based in Puerto Rico, subsidiaries rather, based in Puerto Rico enjoyed a 0% corporate tax rate, so long as they distributed their profits as dividends. Pharmaceutical companies were well suited to take advantage of this tax break contained in Section 936 of the Internal Revenue Code for drug manufacturing. Companies could base their manufacturing operations in Puerto Rico and thereby significantly reduce their U.S. tax burden. A 1993 report from the U.S. Government Accountability Office estimated that pharmaceutical companies represented by far the largest beneficiaries of the Puerto Rican corporate tax system, benefiting to the tune of $86 million in 1985. Over time, Congress whittled away at the Puerto Rican tax break. Finally, in 96, President Clinton signed into law the Small Business Job Protection Act of 96, which phased out Section 936, fully repealing the tax break in 06. The measure was hailed at the time as ending corporate welfare as we know it. Yes, I remember hearing that phrase uttered. But the end of Section 936 dispersed the global pharmaceutical manufacturing industry to other parts of the globe. Many manufacturers of branded pharmaceuticals moved their factories to Ireland, which
that didn't last that long.
Yeah, it says which has a low 6.25% corporate tax rate for revenue tied to patents or other intellectual property. Ruthless price competition among manufacturers of older generic meds drove those supply chains to China and India.
Right, where they are made with virtual slave labor, and no regulation of the production. So many people get drugs that are inert.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of stories.
Like taking a placebo, like a sugar pill. Yeah.
But that's global. Welcome to the world of globalization. Because remember, the Republicans did the work on it with the Democrats, and Bill Clinton's got it through. Because, and if Bush Sr. had been president, he would have signed it too.
Yeah.
So, that's globalization. They're going to go to the cheapest place.
And this surprises me. A U.S. Department of Commerce study found that 97%, I didn't know the number was that high. 97% of the antibiotics used in the U.S. now come from China.
That is so awful.
It's insane.
It is
Wow.
insane.
I'm actually,
that is insane.
I'm actually shocked by that.
That's absolutely
But
insane.
see, one of the big things that Clinton administration had to deal was called medical healthcare cost inflation. So, driving down the price of pharmaceuticals by putting it in China and using slave labor was a way of controlling healthcare costs.
Yeah.
It's not
So
working.
there's only one
Doesn't work.
There's only one industry in the entire United States that's exempt, as I've said this before, from GATT, the General Agreement on Trades and Tariffs and Trade, and from the World Trade Organization laws, and that is the defense industry. And that's why we prioritize it.
I always say war is our greatest export.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the one thing we can't even make a paper mask.
We've learned,
but our weapons are the best in the world, and we have showcases right now. Ukraine.
We need to learn from the plague.
From
we
the
had
plague?
From the plague. We had to have our auto.
We could use a nice plague
We
right
needed
now.
our auto industry to make our ventilators because we didn't have enough ventilators in the United States. We don't make our own antibiotics. How much food is actually grown here, kept here? When I was in the Netherlands, 70% of their food came from their own country.
And who are the farmers? They're all on strike right now.
But
farmers are all on strike in the Netherlands. One thing about when you join the EU, like when the Baltic
You
republics
hijacked
joined, your agriculture is wiped out because they take it over. They have their big agribusinesses. But the Netherlands did have that. But
what I'm saying, I'm not talking about the Netherlands. It was just an example. What I'm saying is, we as Americans should take what we have learned and put things back into our own country.
That's called autarky.
I don't care what you call it. I want to make more food for us. I want to grow. I want to have antibiotics available for Americans. I want to have more medications available. I want people to be able to get a bottle of insulin when they need it, or an EpiPen. People get priced out of getting friggin' EpiPens. We have the ability to save your kid, but can you buy it? Oh, no. Last people in the world that need a tax break are the pharmaceutical companies.
Well, they have the best lobbyists.
Oh, tell me about it.
There is, by the way, and we won't get through the whole thing, but there's a part of this article that says repeal of Section 936 helped crash Puerto Rico's economy.
Right.
It says the loss of pharmaceutical industry jobs helped crash Puerto Rico's economy, turning economic growth from positive to negative.
But see, globalization, what you're talking about would violate the law.
Right.
It's all supposed to be, one big, happy, interconnected family. And so China could mobilize this massive workforce of slave labor, and it's a heavily militaristic society and a totalitarian dictatorship. So they can produce and bring it out. And
not if they don't get the bodies. And the predictions are saying that by 2100, a third of their population will be elderly.
Will be dead.
This is true.
Somebody else will take India, Bangladesh, Vietnam. There's lots of people in the world, and because the Chinese are aggressive about courting other countries like Africa, thinking to the future, they could probably shift production.
It's funny what you were saying about population. I was thinking about this the other day, how attitudes shifted and then shifted again. Like, I remember when I was a kid, there was a lot of talk about overpopulation. And there's a very famous book, I forget the name of the author, The Population Bomb.
Right.
Which talks about that. And then there was a shift in the 90s and into the 2000s where people started to say, no, actually, there is no such thing as overpopulation. It's more a problem of an allocation of resources. We have enough resources to go around. They're just not distributed correctly. But actually, the more the merrier under this theory, the more the merrier, because the more brain power you have, the more apt you are able to solve problems and so forth. But then eventually, attitudes have shifted back to, because of climate change, attitudes have kind of shifted back to, holy S, we do have too many people because all these people are polluting the planet.
But see, in the 90s, you had the rise of globalization. And, I'm not a conspiracy theorist and stuff. You have the World Economic Forum, but they do. You have all the elites there talking about, how, what is the philosophy of us, the ruling classes of the world. And so that became part of their ideology that, goes right out to the world. Because all the corporations, the big corporations, adopt the policies. Everybody's for globalization. But you see, I disagree with you about that. Overpopulation is bad. There's been a change in attitude. Because attitudes like that are considered racist now. I'll find you 1,000 articles about that the world's overpopulated. That's considered racist. White supremacist, racism.
I think that's a lousy.
I would agree with you, but that is one of the. It's attacked when you bring that up because people don't really talk about that anymore.
Right.
Well, they always said that we were going to, I'd like to use a very vulgar word, but we make love ourselves to death.
Right.
But
well, we are out of time. Jenny, did you want to plug your website and?
Oh, of course. You can check me out on jencoffey.com, JENNCOFFEY.com. I will be on LDN Research. Oh God, I just goofed it.
What?
LDNResearchProject.com or org. Oh my God, Matt! I'm terrible.
I think it's org.
It's org. See, I'm terrible right now. You got me all.
It's not me. It's just this Tuesday, Wednesday continuum.
Well, I'm doing an interview with them.
Buckling stuff
at noon our time on Friday, and they are based out of London.
You know what? You can call in tomorrow. You can call, which is a Wednesday. You said.
Are you sure?
Thursday, and you can plug the show again.
Tomorrow, I'm actually having a procedure. They're going to make me go to sleep, so I won't remember much.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thursday then.
I'll try.
Very good. Yeah. So you're having. Sorry.
Sorry.
Were you? Did you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And then you have Eric Pilcher on.
Yes,
your show this week?
that he is of German extraction, by the way. But I will temper my.
I hope you didn't send him any hate mail thinking today was the day.
Well, he thought it was today too. He should have been correcting me.
I guess the holiday threw everyone off.
You two are wearing off on each other.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
I can't speak anymore. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
All right, we got to go. If you missed any part of today's show, it will be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and my website, mattconnarton.com. And it is Tuesday. So if you are listening live, coming up next year on WMNH is Through the Stage Door, hosted by Rob Dion. And and make sure you go back and listen to the morning show if you didn't catch it on WMNHradio.org. It was something. It was intense.
I missed some people.
Yeah, it was intense. It's pretty awesome.
I gotta go listen again.
And we'll leave you with a little bit of Dark Brandon's Think About What You'd Think About remix, because I saw someone refer to it in the chat room, and I still love it. It's a lot of fun. All right, that's it for us for now. We'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Please have a seat. With your permission, I'm going to take my coat off. Welcome to the White House, everybody. But guess what?